So, in what could be a massive day for Iowa basketball, McKenna Wojcicko, I definitely am butchering that name. Definitely butchering the name, but she's someone that I have kind of, again, watched a little bit of her play because there were always the rumors she was going to go to Iowa. There were always the rumors that she was going to go, and I'm still not for certain. There's absolutely no guarantee that she's going to be at Iowa. However, it is seemingly very likely. So, crystal ball predictions here. 10 out of 10 lock for somebody who has a 100% accuracy on their predictions. Predicted a 10 out of 10 lock for Iowa. The page on, what is the page? This slim, milky page. I don't know who it is, but they absolutely were leaking half of the stuff in college. I'm pretty sure they leaked. I remember back in the transfer portal, they were leaking everything and posted a thing about Iowa Caitlin Clark. And they are, if she ends up coming, like she's a top 6 or 7 player in the nation. It says here, source tell me McKenna Wojcicko, college decision expecting the next week. Family's great discussions last weekend and preparations are being made for the announcement. She'll choose between USC, South Carolina, Iowa, and Ohio State. Realistically, she's a power forward. She's a 6'2" small forward, power forward, who probably, if I was her, I would either go to South Carolina, because that is a position where in general, like players do pretty well, or players at her position do pretty well, and I would probably avoid USC because USC have a lot of guards that need a lot of space. And she doesn't shoot that many threes. So, like, unless she suddenly becomes a spacer, I wouldn't be, like, absolutely adamant that, like, she'll fit in beside what you call it. That she will fit in beside, like, Juju and fit in beside what they have. Because we saw with that team, Kiki looked better in the WNBA than she looked at USC. South Carolina, again, the way they play, should be pretty okay. I think she'd be okay. But, like, she was a starter. She played 36 minutes last year in the U17 World Cup final. Like, she had 19 points in the U17 World Cup final. Like, obviously, you have players. And funnily enough, like, UConn, I think, are looking for Addison Bjorn. Who are, like, who kind of plays the same position at that 3-4. But when you put her in, if you put her into that Iowa system in a couple of years' time with Addie Deal, and that's the thing where I'm like, you've now got kind of an inside partner for your combo guard in Addie Deal, because she can then go and play beside Ava Hayden. Ava Hayden is like, I mean this when I say this, Ava Hayden is going to be huge for them. Like, her if you looked at Ava Hayden, how she played in the championship game, like, or sorry, in the championship, in the tournament, she wasn't very good against, she was not great against Oklahoma. But, like, Oklahoma were good, and they had, like, Reagan Beers, they had players. And also, as much as I will be supporting Iowa this year, I'm also begrudgingly a de facto UConn fan, as well as that Texas and mostly Oklahoma though. Texas with Grace Prenter from Meteors, Gandhi from Limerick is playing for UConn, and then Emma Tolan is playing for Oklahoma, who, funnily enough, I was supposed to be coaching last year. Is playing for Oklahoma in next season. But if you guys didn't see what Ava Hayden was doing, like, she didn't have double digits in her whole college career, and suddenly the Big Ten tournament happens. 6 points in 8 minutes, 11 points, 10 points, 15 points, 3 games in a row. And they started going to her. Like 3 of 4 shooting, 4 of 4, 4 of 6, 7 for 11. They just started running everything to her. And like sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't work. And she was flawed. Like she had some positive things, some negative things as a freshman. But like I thought that she's gonna be really good. And I think long term, like Ava Hayden's gonna be a junior. Like you're gonna have if she comes in, she's gonna come in as realistically as a freshman to a team with Addie Deal. They're still gonna have Ava Hayden's still gonna be there. Guyton's gone, but they have what's her name? Chit Chat, the guard. I think she's still gonna be there. Like Stremlo was a freshman, wasn't she? Yeah, Taylor Stremlo was a freshman. Tegan Mullaney was a freshman. So like they had a good freshman class last year. And I think they have a decent enough freshman class this year. Again, just Addie Deal by herself is going to be a big player beside her. And if she comes in, like that's their top. Obviously, Addie Deal's their first 5-star since Caitlin Clark. But from having no 5 stars since Caitlin Clark to getting 2 5-stars back-to-back years, and not only a 5-star, a super duper 5-star in the case of McKenna, like a starter for Team USA, albeit like it's not necessarily what ranking they are, it's how they play. Like you took in Hannah Stolke, who was barely a top 50 recruit, and she goes and is playing starter minutes at AmeriCup while playing at Iowa. So I think that's one of those things when it comes to McKenna is like, if you're seeing how much success these like 4-star recruits are having, when you're seeing what Lucy Olson's managed to do, like, I'd say Lucy Olson's made a shitload of money. I'd say she's made a shitload of money in her since leaving. I'd say a lot of players have made pretty good money out of just being on that Iowa team. Even if it's not direct NIL money from Iowa to pay you to come there, at the end of the day, I think you're going to make good money in a lot of endorsements because there is no team to get rallied around quite like Iowa. There's no team where you're going to have, if you're in the tournament, Caitlin Clark sitting courtside every single game. Like, that's not going to happen. And I think all in all, this is a team that absolutely has an opportunity to be good again, and maybe not to the level of making national championship finals, but to get in with that like Sweet 16 Elite 8 range. And if you're a Sweet 16 Elite 8 level player, you absolutely could or level team, you absolutely could fuck about and win 2 extra games than you should and make it to a championship game. Anything can happen. So anyway, yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys.